Hey, welcome back. I'm your host, Master Sergeant Retired, AnnaMaria Bliven. Privileged to have in our studio today, Ron Sukanek. Ron, please say hi.
Hi, everybody. Onward to prosperity. I love that.
Yes, and we are literally using networking to get that accomplished. So please tell the audience, they probably they would remember seeing you in our commercial of 30 seconds or whatever, introducing what it is that you're up to in the world these days.
Well, I'm up to a lot of things, AnnaMaria, and thank you so much for the invite. And by the way, just for those that don't know, you can probably tell by my hat, I joined the Army in November 1967, ended up in South Vietnam, delivering jet fuel up and down the Mekong Delta, and from 68 to 69, left the military, got lucky to retire from the United States Army Reserve. All we have to do, everybody, is what? Put ourselves in harm's way for 20 years or more. So, but I'm a full-time professional speaker, AnnaMaria. As you know, I've got 4 books published on LinkedIn, relationship strategy, connection, and business networking. And I'll tell the audience this, all the success I've ever had in my life has always been through the help of people. In fact, I'm under contract with different organizations, but one of them that I'm certainly proud of is I'm one of 25 national speakers for the Office of the Secretary of Defense and what they call the Yellow Ribbon Program. For those that know that, that's for all reserve components, Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines, and Coast Guard, Space Force, right? We'll throw in Space Force. And we speak before, during, and after deployments. But I'll tell you, and I'll say it again, all the success I've ever had has always been through the help of people. And let me give you another thought, AnnaMaria. When I was in the military, I had a long break in service. And with that long break in service, I wanted to retire. And you probably know, and people that are listening that are military related, you may know that the maximum removal date is age 60, right? That's the MRD. Well, guess what? I couldn't retire at 60 because I came in with a 24-year break in service. But guess what? I had a lot of power behind me. I had the chief of the Army Reserve that liked me. I had a 2-star general, and of course he was a 3-star. I had a 2-star general that liked me. They thought I was an asset. And you know something? Through my networking in the military, I was able to get a Department of the Army waiver.
Wow.
And so that was in the military, let alone what I do in my business. So I
That's
just share
almost
that with
unheard
everybody.
of.
Oh, listen, it's all about engagement, communication, and relationships. And I invest time and effort into people. It's just the way it's always been. And I found, AnnaMaria, that the desire for success hasn't changed. What's changing is how we get there. And if we help one another, we all do better as a result. And one last thing I just want to mention, and then let you ask some questions. Since World War II, less than 3% of our population has ever served in the military. I mean, think of it. We got about 22 million veterans around the country. Today, the Pentagon states that there's a 0.5% that's protecting the freedom for people in this country. So think about it. We're a small population, but I love helping veterans. I love mentoring veterans. I love to be a support for veterans, and I love what you're doing with the Disability Channel and Veterans Onward to Prosperity.
Yes.
Yeah. But go ahead. I've been talking too much already.
No. I just wanted to mention that, well, actually, I do have a question for you, Ron. How did you learn about all of this? Now, they don't teach it in the Army. They don't. They teach us other things. But how did you learn about the importance and how to network? Where
Well,
did you get that information from?
where did I get it from? That's a good question. I think it was kind of in me. I always, we're wired as human beings. We are wired to be affiliated and to go after relationships. I mean, we're just living a connected life. And, when you look at a model of human behavior, like a disc model. Let's because I'm a disc certified instructor. Well, what do we know? We know some people move at a faster pace than others, some at a slower
Mhm.
pace. They're more steady. Then we know there are people that are people oriented and there are people that are task oriented. So I figured that out. I learned quickly how I can adapt to people. See, that was what it was about. It's not about getting people to adapt to me, it's how I can adapt to people. Then I figured out that when I speak, I learn what I know. But when I listen, I learn what other people know. And I started to say, wow, well, maybe I need to listen 3 times as much as I speak. Now, I want you to notice I didn't say twice as much.
I
Everybody,
know.
you got 2 ears, one mouth, but if you're going to find joint rhythm and harmony, you have to listen 3 times as much. You have to be engaged and you've got to ask good questions because people that ask questions affirm the value of the relationship and they have great connection. Now, by the way, so I figured that out. But the very first thing that I recognize is that if I'm going to be successful at networking, which by the way, networking is defined as a system of elements, people that link together that share common goals, right? And so you have to figure out if you're in business, right? If we're a business person, well, what do people want? Well, they want to gain access to information. They want to gain access. They want to be a resource, right? And they want business opportunities. That's what LinkedIn, which I spend a lot of time on, is the largest professional database in the world. But I'll tell you, so I understand that people have an overlapping purpose. I got it. I understand that. I also understand that I have to have a philosophy. You got to have a philosophy. I'm not going to try to win through intimidation. I'm not trying to figure out, what's in it for me. I'm interested in what's in it for you. How can I help you? How can I be of service to you? Right? That's why we all joined the military, to be of service,
Yep.
right? Right? And the one philosophy that I didn't invent, it probably comes out of the Bible. For those that study the Bible, I guess, is called the giver's gain philosophy. Right? It's look, if I give to you, it makes it easier for you to want to give to me. If we give to one another, we can all do better as a result. So to
That's right.
me, that it was about a philosophy. So you got to have a place. Listen, everybody, you got to have a place you're coming from. Networking is not something you do sometimes in some places. It's something you do everywhere and all the time. And let me make another comment because I got so many things I can share. Some of the best connections you will ever make, some of the best friends you will ever make are going to be people you're going to meet somewhere for the first time. I mean, think about you, AnnaMaria. I met you for the first time. We've got a lot in common. And we were both in career counselors in the Army Reserve. We both retired. We got lucky. I hung out at Fort McCoy a little bit. I understand. I hung out at other places, yeah, but that's what you got to do.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you for sharing that. And I know you have a lot more to share.
I know, but you got to have a commercial break. Go ahead.
We'll be right back.